Hi, everybody. This is a wee bit of alchemy. I'm Rick Barrett. Welcome. Last week, I kind of jumped to a different thing in our discussion of E and my demonstration of it, and I'd like to kind of double back and do what I really had intended to do there, which is to actually slow everything down and show what's going on with me as I'm doing a Taijiquan form. So, just to go back and put this in context, we're talking about three things: the three aspects of spirit that we're bringing into our Taijiquan form, but also to anything else you do. And you can think of it as the initiation, the Shen, which is the highest aspect of spirit, and that comes out of stillness into a spark or a lightning flash that says, do this. And then the E, YI, is an aspect. So first of all, the Shen aspect in the Taoist model is it is the function, the energetic function of the heart. And the E, which is your mind or consciousness, it is the function of the spleen or earth. And Hun, Hun, is a function of the liver. And so these three things kind of go together to express the energy that is there. They're all three of them. They're expressing your Jing, Jing, which is your essence, and it's kind of the drive that is a manifestation of the seed that is planted in you by heaven. This is the Taoist model, and that you then express. You go through an evolution. So the Jing is this conscious evolution that occurs, and that's your soul. And so that as you gain experience and knowledge, you then your soul, or this this part of you that is gathering and evolving, is it continues to grow as long as you are moving in a direction which correctly expresses your Jing, your essence. And Master Yang talks about it. He says you could also think about your Jing as being your DNA. That is that which you come into life with, your basic blueprint, and then how do you express it in your life? What do you do with that basic stuff that you've got there? And so we're thinking about this in terms of the Shen Yi Hun is how we are taking that and really becoming more conscious, more present in our actions, in our thoughts, and so that we're directing things in along the lines of this conscious evolution that we are undertaking as we seek to move. And this is where they talk about we're moving from earth to heaven, and that's in the Chinese idea. You can think of it as moving from the substantial to the insubstantial. And so when we do that, we start to shift. We raise the spirit, and we create this positive feedback loop in our life. The more we can bring that conscious awareness to it, and you can think of it partially as it has elements of, say, mindfulness to it, but there's a lot of qualities of mindfulness as is commonly used that it kind of moves in the direction of witnessing, and this is more of an intention. That is, I am going to do this thing, and so we're moving in that direction of expressing we get this idea, and we say, oh, I'm going to express this, and I'm going to follow along and be aware of all the moving parts as I do this, till I get to the end of this particular cycle of action, start, change, stop, and I get to that that end of it and I take in. I eat the chi. This is the hun part. This is where you gather the energy and information and being that comes with that action, with that mindful feeling and doing. Then you get to then eat that, and then you rinse and repeat. You go into the next one, and you have an idea. You move the intention. Now, the idea we have in a Taijiquan form is, we kind of have the template set out for us, so we can follow along a fixed pattern. But in each of those moments, we are creating something new. There's no time where I am doing the exact same movement I did before. It looks something similar, but it's happening now. And then happening now, I'm bringing my new awareness to it. And consequently, I'm gathering new information because it's happening now. I'm not looking in my memory to think about, compare this to the form I did last week. It's like, no, this is now. This is what's happening. I'm always looking to say, how can I do this better? But it's not compared to, I'm not dragging up images of times I did it better. I'm doing it better than that now. I'm saying like, no, I'm feeling into the thing and I'm saying, okay, how do I get the maximum effect, maximum benefit from this particular sequence, this particular movement that I'm doing right now? And that by bringing my conscious intention to that, then I'm able to then generate more energy, which then I eat in the hun stage. So that's the model as I'm thinking about it right now. And none of this is true, but it may work. So that's kind of the way I go about it. It's like, is it true? Yeah, it could be, but it seems to work to do it this way. This is a way of thinking that enables us to get more out of anything that we're doing, and I like that. So please stand up, and we'll do some of this. Start by pointing and reaching with your index fingers. Establish your energetic coherence. So even in this one, we're beginning with our Shen. We're saying, oh, I'm going to point and reach with my index fingers. Then there's the intention, the E, where how am I doing that? Well, I'm actually pointing, reaching. I'm feeling my fingers. And if I find my fingers are too stiff, I relax them a little bit. And I really focus on those two fingers for right now. And what this does is allows me to go to the hun part, which is then I feel the sensations in my hands and my arms. I also feel tingling, pulsing, etc. throughout my body. I feel a shift in my state of being just by getting more energetically coherent. And I'm feeling my connective tissue system moving into a heightened state of tensegrity. It's very relaxed, but it's still kind of, I can feel that it is prepared, it's ready. There's a readiness that happens with that. So that's that first pillar. The second one is central equilibrium. So I'm going to start and feel my three nails, along the insides of my feet, along the big toe line, feel the heel, the ball of the foot, and the big toe. Press down on those, just feel into that. The weight is still spread throughout the whole foot, and I'm aware of that. I'm aware of that contact with the whole foot. But I'm also aware that there is a point of focus there along the medial line, big toe line. And so by doing that, I also create this state where I can feel that, go into the hun, the soul part there, and just feel the effect that has on me. Now I'm going to go into the heel nail and feel into that and just establish that position, get very sung. So I bend my knees a little bit, not much, but just enough to soften that and feel myself sinking down. So here, this is my E talking. I'm creating these intentions. They are very intentional. They don't just happen to me, I make them happen. And I go to the Hun, and just feel into that. Feel the effect of that much yin, where I'm just sinking down. Feel the yin chi of the earth rising. Really coming up through my feet. Particularly through the bubbling well. And feel the effect that has on your whole body. Stay in your heels, stay sinking down, but this time you're going to reach with the crown of your head, tuck in your chin, and open the jade pillow gate at the base of your skull. Still sinking down with your body, but there's a gentle lifting. You're reaching with the crown of your head. Simultaneously also feeling like a hanging there, like you're kind of meeting those two forces, as if you're being suspended from above, but you're also reaching up, as if to connect with the heaven chi. So it's an active thing, but it's also a receptive thing. So you're doing both. And eat that chi, feel that. Feel those two poles in opposition. Bring your attention to the sung in your legs and your feet, sinking down. At the same time, the fong of reaching to the crown of your head. Relax your lower back, drop your sacrum. They're very soft. Feel into that. Gather that energy. Eat that chi. Now, we're going to open the shoulder joints. We're going to unkink the hose. We already did it by opening up the jade pillow gate. We removed the thing there, but we're going to just reach with the elbows and just feel that. So your arms are slightly rounded. This is the E part. Just feeling that. I'm not going out like this. I'm just gently reaching with my elbows, just enough to feel the effect of my shoulder joints and feel the chi that gets released by opening my shoulder joints. So here we are in the Hun part again. We're gathering. Now we're going to unkink the hose in the qua, in the hip joint. And very simple, we have the intention, the Shen, but then we turn to the left, turn to the right, turn to the left, turn to the right. Very soft, and you're sinking down as you do that. So you're letting go of muscular tension in your hip joints as you do that. And now we move to the Shen part, or the Hun part, and we feel that energy. Feel the shift in our state of being as we do this. We've moved into a superconscious state by activating these things and amplified the chi in the body, which then allows the spirit to rise. There's more Shen, which feeds the E, which feeds the Hun. Notice the clarity of your mind. That's part of the Hun there too. Your soul. You've moved into that superconscious state. And with it comes that shift in your state of being. gap between thoughts. We're not trying to erase all thoughts. We're just moving to the gap every now and then. So we can use our thoughts to direct our actions. So now we're going to do the Yang Ching Fu's 13 original postures. And I'll talk you through it, do what I tried to do last week. That is really get down to the fine points and show what I'm thinking about as I'm doing it. And you get to follow along if you like. Okay, here we go. Now we're going to take that same 3 pillars and we're going to bring it into our opening posture, our preparatory posture. Notice even with this, there wasn't much going on there, but we, just by changing the body's position, we had to reestablish our 3 pillars again. And that took some E. It required some intention to make that a priority. If we don't make it a priority, then we kind of miss the train. Okay, so now I'm going to sink into the heel of my right foot, set my knee and spiral down to the left, okay? And then Hun, just feel that and feel that energy there. Now I'm going to turn to the right and press down with the ball of my foot, big toe, as I sink into my right leg. My right quad is soft, Sung, and I've turned to the right. I want to stop and feel the Hun here, feed the soul of this very, this unique posture. Now I spiral down to the right, pick up my left heel. Okay, so there's my Shen, my E, and I step out and place my foot. So that completes that action. And Hun, I feel into that. Feel the weight, about 90% of my right leg now. Feel the support. Reach up with the crown, reach out with the elbows. Feel all that. Eat that chi. Now set the heel of your left foot. Set the knee and spiral down to the right. So you're starting to load up the left leg a bit. And feel that. Take that in. Now, Shen, we're going to turn. This is the expressive part of this posture. We're going to press down with the ball of the foot, the big toe, pivot on the right heel, and turn back to center. Now is the E. Now here we are in the Hun. We just, we settle down into this posture. We find our 3 pillars in this posture. Okay, now Shen, we feel the balls of the feet. Big toes, reach up with the wrists. Drop the fingers. And now reach with the fingers. So that's all E. Now Hun, you feel that extension there. Eat that chi. Now sink in your heels. Shen, reach down with your elbows. Raise your fingers, bend at the wrists. Hands come down. E. Go into the balls of your feet. Press down with the toes and reach down with your fingers and open your joints. Reach and open your joint. So feel into that. So what we've done here is we've opened the 5 energy gates through the balls of the feet, the crown of the head, or actually the bai hui, the top of the head, and at the centers of the palms of the hands. So what this does is it primes the pump. We've established a full tank before we begin our form. So we've established a really strong chi before we even begin our motions, begin we extend from here. This is just the beginning of the form. Now sink into the heel of your left foot, spiral down to the right, and then turn. This is E. Reach with the fingers. Feel into that. Hun. Reach down with your left hand, very gently, but you're opening, you're making an energetic connection there that extends through your arms, through your back, connects up the hands. Feel that there's a field being generated between your hands. Now sink into the heel of your right foot and spiral down to the left and turn. Reach with your right elbow. Feel the ball of your right foot. Press down with the big toe and reach out. Both hands reaching out and feel that. Hun. Gather the energy there. Eat the chi. You're reaching with the elbows. You're reaching with the fingers. But there's no muscular tension there. You're very soft. Elbows are dropped a bit, so your shoulders are relaxed. Now sink into your left heel. Shen. Spiral down to the right. E. Turn, reach with your left elbow. Your right hand drops down and it's coming up. It's going from yin to yang. And reach out. Press down with your big toe. Hun. Feel the energy. Reach with the crown of your head. Reach with your elbows. Feel the effect of this particular posture. Similar to some of the others, but different. Shen. Right heel, spiral left. Turn, reach with your right elbow. Ball of your right foot, big toe. Reach with your fingers and open. Relax. Empty out. Feel the right heel, spiral down to the right. Pick up your left heel. Step out with your left foot and feel that. Hun. Shen. Sink into your left heel. Reach with your left elbow. Right hand comes down. Ball of your left foot, big toe. Reach with your fingers. And feel into that. Relax your arms. See how sung you can make your arms while still maintaining that posture. Feel the chi circulating throughout your whole body mind as you do that. Shen, step in with your right foot. Feel the right heel. Spiral down to the right. Drop your right elbow and your right hand makes into a curves and makes into a bird's beak. Your left hand is below your navel, and then turn back and reach out with your right wrist. And hun, feel into that. Notice there's some fairly complex activities there that we want to be mindful of the whole time. We want to be, there's that conscious doing that we're doing as well as conscious feeling. Feel the ball of your right foot, big toe pressing down, and feel the energy circulating throughout your whole body mind. Now feel the right heel spiral down to the right. Step with the left foot, left heel. Reach with the left elbow, left wrist. And then turn and pivot on your right heel. Straighten your back leg and angle your body forward slightly. Reaching forward, feel the energy. The left hand is the yang hand here. It's reaching out and it's extending. But you're also reaching out with the elbow, opening up the shoulder joint. The right hand is up here around your ear height, and it's extending outward. The wrist is extending outward. Feel that opening up the shoulder joint. Shen, sink into your left heel, spiral right, reach up with your right wrist, step in with your right foot, and feel into that. Hun. So feel that left hand reaching down, right wrist reaching up. Feel those poles in opposition. You're generating chi flow by having those poles in opposition. You want to be mindful of that opposition there and the energy that you're generating. And without your intention there, without your ease saying, hey, we're going to create some opposition here, there's nothing happening, or very little. Okay, now right heel, right hand comes down, left hand comes up to the chest height, and step on the heel of your left foot. Feel the ball of your right foot, press down with the big toe. Extend out with your left hand. The right hand is a fist that's under your navel. Feel the tensegrity in your body as you do this. Feel that connection of your connective tissue. The whole system is working together as one body, one energy. And Shen, sink the heel of the right foot, step slightly with the left foot, and then place left heel and sink into your left quad. Reach forward with your right hand under the left hand and feel that. Gather the energy. Let it feed your soul. Now, right heel. This is the Shen. We're initiating. Return. Reach. The right wrist. Step in with the left toe, big toe. You're feeling the ball of the right foot, the big toe. You're reaching up with your right hand, pressing down with your left hand. White crane spreads wings. Feel your shoulders opening. You're reaching with your elbows and you're opening up your shoulders. You're untangling your connective tissue as you do this. Sit left heel, sink, reach down, press down with your right hand, and then step back, pivot on your right heel, left hand comes across as you turn to your right. Here's our E, right hand comes up, and then we sink into the left leg and reach forward. Press knee, twist step. So You feel the extension there of your right hand. Your arm is soft, but it's filled with chin. Your left hand reaching down, completing that energetic connection. You're feeling the ball of your left foot pressed down with the big toe. And your left leg, your right leg is almost straight. Your body is angled forward slightly. Shen, left heel, reach out with your left hand. Turn to the right, sink into your right heel. And step back. E, 1. Play guitar. You want to get your hands so they're parallel, your arms so they're parallel. They're both reaching forward. Your left hand is your yang hand. It's the one that's extending out more. Your right hand is lining up with your left elbow. Right heel, Shen, step back. Reach back with your left elbow, step back with your left foot, reach forward with your right hand. Hun. Feel that? We're gathering. We're pulling back the bowstring here. So now we're going to step forward with the left foot, left heel, left ball, and left big toe pressed down. Reach. With the fingers of your left hand. Right hand is pressing down under your navel. Pivot on your right heel so your foot is pointing straight forward. Then feel the right heel set the knee, spiral down to the left in your right quad and turn. So here's the E part. We get to here, and then we sink. And reaching up with the left hand, reaching down with the right hand. Relaxing your lower back, dropping your sacrum. Reach up with the crown of your head, tucking your chin. Reach with your elbows, open your shoulder joints. Feel into the connection. Feel the chi circulating. Eat the chi. Shen, left heel. Set the left knee, spiral left. Right hand turns into a fist, comes up. Right foot steps in. Turn back to your right. Step out with your right foot. Reach with your right elbow. And strike with back fist. Straighten your back leg. You want your torso to be lining up with your leg as much as you can. You want to feel that. You want to feel your weight is about 70-80% in your right leg. You're feeling that hand just feeling the metal chi just dropping down, kind of being pulled down into the earth. Shen, left heel, spiral to the right, right hand. Reach back with the right elbow. Reach forward with your left hand. Then just feel into that. Feel the hun there. Gather that. You've pulled back the bowstring. So feel that potentiality there. None of this energy exists until you create it. So you gotta make the intention there, the E, to feel that you're pulling back on that bowstring. Now you see right heel, right ball, right big toe, and punch. Reaching forward with your right hand. Left hand touches the forearm, right forearm. Reach with your elbows, open your shoulders. Feel the chi extending through your fist. Reach with the crown of your head. Straighten your back leg. Tuck in your chin. Pivot on your left heel, Shen. Left hand comes down. Reach up. Right hand comes down. Step back with your right foot. Right hand comes inside the arm this time, turns into a fist. Turn, reach with your right elbow. Step. And strike with back fist. Feel that metal chi just dropping. Crushing. Pivot on the right heel, Shen. Left hand circles up. Right hand circles around. Pivot on your right heel. Step forward with your left foot. Reaching out with your left hand. Your right fist is very soft. Got that Taiji fist there. Your right elbow, you're not pulling it back to here. You're just, it's down there hanging out by your body. You're reaching out, pointing with your left index finger. This is the direction. This is your intent, is it's going this way. You want to feel the hun here as you hold that posture. Feel that you're pulling back the bowstring. You're intentionally creating opposition. Feel the left heel. Push your left knee forward. Set that and turn and punch. Reach with your elbows, reach with your fist. Straighten your back leg. Slight forward angle with the body. Gather that energy, that punching energy. Shen, sink into your right heel. Pivot on your left heel. Left hand circles up. Your right hand circles around to the side. Pivot on the left heel. And step forward with your right foot. So your weight's now in your left. Feel that, sink into that. Your arms are left hand up about chest, top of your chest, right hand just below it, down below your navel, like you're holding a big ball. Feel the hun here. Gather. Drawing the bowstring. Right heel. Push your right knee forward. Spiral down to the left. Reach with your right elbow. Rotate your right forearm. Reaching. Creating a rounded shape in front of your chest. Your palm of your right hand should be center on the center of your chest. Your left hand should be facing the left palm should be facing the right palm. Straighten your back leg. Body, chest, torso angled. And here we're in the ward-off posture. Feel the Pongjin, that is that expansive up and out energy. There should be a feeling of big. It's getting big. It's, oh, you're blowing up a balloon. Now, stick into your right heel, turn, stick into your left heel. And so you're turn to your right. We're going to be going left. So this is where we're gathering. We're pulling the bowstring back here. And just feel that the impetus is moving toward your left, but right now you're reaching to your right. So now you're going to feel the ball of your left foot, left big toe, and turn. Turn from the quad. And reach. Take your hands down to about waist height, reach out. But there's also a compression between the hands. Feel that. Feel the pressing together. There's also a pressing out. There's an expansion as well as a contraction. And there's a down energy, a down direction with the energy as well. It's like you're reaching down at an angle toward the floor. So we've created this spiral where we've gone from here, we're spiraling down and directing the energy out. So feel the hun there. Reach with your elbows, open your shoulders, reach with your crown of your head. Shen. Left heel, reach up with your both wrists, turn your palms down. Reach with your elbows, open up a little bit. Feel your right heel, right big toe, and right bulb, and press. Lightly touch your right forearm with your left hand, the palm of your left hand. Reach with your elbows. Open your back. Feel the space between your scapula. Feel that opening up. You're extending, expanding. Feel your Shen. Left heel. At the left knee. Reach up with the wrists. Hands come back. Sink. Gather. Here we've got a wave forming here, and we've interrupted the wave here. And we're feeling that pressing down. We're feeling that energy going like this. And we're just freezing it in stop action here so we can actually feel that. Because now we're going to sink into the right heel, push the right knee forward, press down with the ball, the big toe, and Anjin. Push. Shen. Left heel, spiral down to the right. Turn and reach with your left hand. Right hand stays put. Pivot on your right heel. And step back. Hun. Feel that reaching out. Feel the crown of your head reaching up. Feel the expansiveness of this posture. We're opening, gathering. Feel the hun here. And now feel the balls of both feet, big toes, hands come down, bow forward, and come up and reach. Arms crossed, right arm on the outside. Reach with your elbows, reach with your fingers, reach with the crown of your head. Feel your three pillars. Open your back. Everything. This is really very yang posture here. Everything is expanding outward. And then heels separate. Hands come across, open. And sink. Sink into your heels. Yin, yin, yin. Everything very yin. And feel the hun. So here we're going to take a little extra time because we're going to gather the energy of all the whole postures, the whole form that we've just done. And allow that to do its work. This is where the soul really fills up. That earth chi integrates things. It brings things together into wholeness. And Shen, feel the right heel, spiral down to the left, step in with your left foot. And Go to the balls of your feet, your big toes, yang, and then sink in your heels and throw it all away. Reach down with your elbows, down with your wrists. Let go of everything. Just dissolve into the emptiness. Please have a seat. How are we doing?
I found it very refreshing.
You want to?
Lynn's a little more equivocal.
Well, my energy level is quite elevated from where it was when we began.
Yeah.
My energy level is definitely elevated from where it was when we began, but my yi won't shut up about, wait, why is this hun and which part is this and which part is that, so I don't get it yet.
Okay.
Don't look at me like I'm crazy.
No, you have something on your face.
Oh, I have something on my face. That's extra chi.
No, it's gone.
Extra chi over here. Or maybe that's brain matter.
It's whatever it is, it's out. You know?
I mean, my question is kind of, you talked about hun at the beginning in terms of soul and DNA and all these things, and then when you say hun,
Jing is DNA.
oh, Jing is DNA.
That's what Master Yang calls. He says like your potentiality. He likened it to DNA. It's not a one-to-one correspondence. It's just a way of thinking about it. It's like, oh, this is the blueprint that you start with, your Jing, your
That's
essence.
what happened. I got that, all of those, and I wrote that down correctly. But then when we started doing it, I crossed wires and was not making sense of why hun was being all those things, no. And it wasn't.
Hun's kind of the end of the line. That's the earth. That's when you bring it all together in a big hug, and that you've completed that individual cycle of action.
Yeah.
And you got to that, and you're saying, "Oh, it's Miller time," and you just kind of gather it in.
Got it. Yeah, and that, I mean, I got that that's what you were talking about when we were doing it, but I didn't understand how that was supposed to connect to what you talked about earlier. But that was my misunderstanding. Carry on, folks.
It gets a little confusing, and I don't know when to quit sometimes in terms of interjecting the nomenclature, but you have to rein me in whenever I start going. No, Scott said no. No reining.
No reining.
Okay, who else has got something here? Anybody? Debbie.
I really appreciated when we were, the fist was coming down, and you mentioned the metal energy, because that really helped coalesce it in my mind of what I was feeling, and it helped whenever we got to the hun phase of really feeling the type of chi. So I appreciated that. Thank you.
Great, you're welcome. Cool. Scott.
So it's getting to be fall here, and I had a chill when we started, and that's gone completely by the wayside. I might actually go stand outside on the porch for a little bit. But that was fantastic. Going slow is it's fantastic. And
Did the narrative help?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. That's why I say no reining it in, because the more you talk, the more we hear things that you've never said before, or we never heard before,
Right.
one or the other. But I was able, trying doing it slow and releasing, trying to do things with as little effort as possible. I didn't just about that whole form with that feeling that we get when we're in class and we're working with you and we say, but I didn't do anything. My whole form felt like, but I didn't do anything.
Mm.
I mean, obviously I did. It's just that effortless. It was really, really great. And I've got some shoulder stuff that's been going on and it's not there now. So
Beautiful.
yeah.
Great. Thank you. Cool. Anybody else? Dave.
So, um, there's some kind of a confluence of energy going on just today that I felt like it's full moon. And Rick, I don't know if you saw it, but it was an amazing full moon on one side. I was driving down from upstate, and on one side was the full moon was rising, and on the right-hand side, there was this incredible sunset.
Oh,
So
wow.
this was really great to kind of, so there's all this energy around, and to kind of be able to pull this all together in a certain way was really helpful. Rick, I had a question about the yi,
E,
which is
yeah.
the spleen or the earth.
Yeah.
So the Shen is the spark, and the hun is the gathering of the energy. So if you distilled the yi in into a couple of words, where does that fit?
It's knowing what the hell you're doing.
That's probably why I had a problem with it.
Like, I got this idea. Now, how am I going to bring this into being? That's where the intention comes in.
Okay.
Right? It's like, okay, so this, and there's a constant refinement that I do. Doesn't matter how many times I've done these forms, every time is brand new. And I'm having to create it brand new. And like, how does this fit with that? And how do I optimize the energetic connection and the chin in each posture? And, and I notice, where things are kinking up and I let those go and, the kind of stuff like that. And so, to that, that form, we took about a half hour or so and just maybe even a little more just doing one form there. And that was, it's not a long form. It's, 13 postures. So we got into it, but just doing it that pace then really brings that the conscious feeling, conscious doing to every piece of it.
Thank you.
You bet. Cool. Valerie.
Well, I don't know how many weeks we've been doing this and going at that pace. And tonight was even slower, which, angels singing. I injured my rotator cuff somehow, doing something, who knows what.
We're twinsies.
Yeah, we're twinsies right now.
Me too.
And I could have when it was like, okay, I can't hold that arm up anymore. I could have gone into frustration, but I was chose instead to let myself really feel the solidity, like the hun part, the solidity, and Jabba the Hutt has nothing on me, just, and, this lifting, and it was, so I didn't let that get in the way. I had to drop my arm, like I said, and, blah, 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 blah. But this is just, it's magical. And to me, the maybe it's because it's the dessert, the hun is my favorite part.
Yeah.
But it's just just doing it this way very gratefully is never boring. It never gets old. It always has all of this depth and intensity to it, that is intensity that is more like a pulse rather than it's just we could do this every week forever.
Cool. Thank you.
So thank you.
You bet. Cool. Anybody else? Okay. Thank you all so much.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you. Thanks,
you,
Maria.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
See
Bye-bye,
you.
everybody.